What's up, YouTube? Bringing you guys an update on the Nano Reef. It's been 2, maybe 3 weeks since I've added the refugium, and that was in the last video. And I've made a lot more changes. I finally got my lights in. This is the Phoenix Ray LED light strip, and it's got one blue, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a strip of blue actinics and a strip of white 10,000K white lights. The refugium's doing well. The Chato is going crazy in there. I tested my levels after the first week of having the refugium, and my nitrates went down to 0. I'm not even kidding about that. They actually went down to 0. So if any of y'all are thinking about putting a refugium on a tank, I would definitely recommend it. I changed the pump. I'm no longer using the 4 gallon per hour pump. I now have that, which is a 40 gallon per hour pump for the refugium. Also got this power head, and that's a Fluval C Max or something. So yeah, there's quite a bit of flow going on in the tank now. And yeah, it also looks a lot better than it did before. Move some stuff around. I've started adding corals. I've had this red mushroom for about 2 weeks. I've had that zoanthid. It's green. They were closed up right now, but I've had that for 2 weeks as well. And then I just got these. This one is a, what's it called? Green starry polyp, I believe. That's another type of mushroom. And this was sold to me as a Kenya tree coral, but I'm not sure if that's what it really is. But yeah, I've had those in maybe about 3 days now. That's why they were still on the bottom of the tank, just till they get acclimated a little better. Also got a coral banded shrimp. He's been in there about 3 weeks. And you guys saw the clownfish. Got a sharp nose goby up there. This guy is a purple striped dottyback, I think. And that's just a condylactic anemone. Those guys get pretty big, so I will not recommend them for a nano tank. I'm actually trying to get rid of it. I bought it because it was cheap. I paid like $7 for it. And I didn't really do my research on him before I bought it, but yeah, he's been doing pretty well for the most part. I'm just worried about him stinging the corals, and he's getting pretty big, so I might be getting rid of him soon. What else? Added a thermometer to the tank. And yeah, this tank stays at 80 degrees when I'm just running the power head and the refugium pump. My I guess the heat the pumps give out keeps the tank at 80 degrees, so I don't have a heater in there. But when I do run the filter, which is not running all the time because of the extra heat, when I do run it, it kicks the temperature up to about 83 degrees. So I try to run that as little as possible. Also, Got a little emerald crab in here, and this guy does a great job of eating up any algae. Couple Astrea snails up there. I got 2 of those in the tank, and I have about 6 Nacerius snails, which are those guys. Oops. Right there. There's about 6 of them in the tank. But yeah, as far as livestock goes, I think I'm pretty much done adding fish. I will be adding a lot more corals. Oh, and the last video I had a yellow watchman goby in the tank, and he actually died like a couple of days after I put the video up, or a couple of days after I got him, because I couldn't get him to eat. I don't know why. They are known to be pretty hardy fish, but I just couldn't get him to eat, so he didn't make it very long. Moving on, I just did all the tests on my tank, and that's the calcium, which is about 450, maybe 480 parts per million. That's my alkalinity, which is at about 9. That is my ammonia, which is really the only thing I'm having an issue with, and I think that's about 10 parts per million, maybe. Nitrites are at 0, nitrates are at 0, phosphates are at 0. So I'm pretty happy with the tank and the way it's doing right now, except for the ammonia. I'm running the ammonia cob, the ammonia remover thing, in my refugium, and I'm hoping that's gonna make a difference, but we'll see. As far as dosing goes, I don't need to dose liquid calcium because my salt already has calcium in it, and my calcium is high, if not good, for what it is without adding any calcium, so I won't be dosing calcium. I do dose iodide and the strontium for the corals, and now and then I feed, once a week, I feed the phytoplankton for whatever, because this guy doesn't eat the brine shrimp and stuff because, you know, they have pretty small mouths, but the other corals usually eat whatever food I put in there for the fish as well, and so does an anemone. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's getting a little long. That's how the tank's doing. Like, comment, and subscribe.